Hey Kipsters, today we're going to talk about energy pyramids, energy flow, and where does it go. So when we think about energy, we know that energy moves from one organism to a next in a food chain or in a food web. But today we're going to look at energy pyramids. So an energy pyramid is a way to show how energy flows from one living organism to the next. But it also shows that there's less energy and fewer organisms as you move up an energy pyramid. Here's what I mean. This is an energy pyramid. As you can see here, there are 4 levels. Producers are at the bottom, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Each level is called a trophic level. A trophic level is a level of an energy pyramid. For example, this is producers. That is one trophic level. This is level 1, which is another trophic level. This is another trophic level. The sun is the main source of energy for an energy pyramid. We know that without it, plants couldn't grow and go through photosynthesis, and therefore there would be no food for the rest of the organisms in the food chain. At the bottom of the energy pyramid are producers. Producers are the first trophic level of an energy pyramid. Producers, as we know, are organisms that make their own food and get their energy from the sun. An example is grass. As you can see here in this energy pyramid, producers are down at the bottom. There are more producers than any other organism in the world. So there's more grass and trees and plants than there are any other animal because there's the most energy at the bottom of the energy pyramid. Above that are primary consumers. Primary consumers are the next trophic level of the energy pyramid. Primary consumers are herbivores, which mean they feed off of producers. An example would be a rabbit, who eats plants and other producers in order to get energy. Above primary consumers, there are secondary consumers. Secondary consumers are the next trophic level on the energy pyramid. You can see here that secondary consumers get their energy from primary consumers. So these are organisms that eat other organisms for energy. We know that these are going to be ones that are either omnivores or carnivores. An example would be a fox. Foxes eat very small animals for food. Sometimes they may eat baby rabbits. They will feed off of primary consumers. And then finally, there's the top of the food chain, and that's like us, tertiary consumers. Tertiary consumers are the top level of the energy pyramid. They get their energy by eating secondary consumers and primary consumers. Examples would be like a hawk that may feed off of a snake, for example, or even a cougar that would eat foxes to get their energy. As you can see, tertiary consumers are the top level of the energy pyramid. Finally, there are decomposers. Ew. Decomposers get their energy from dead organisms at any trophic level. Example would be like the picture here, which are maggots. They're really creepy, crawly creatures that feed off of dead organisms and break them down so that the nutrients go back into the earth. Other examples in addition to maggots would be like fungi, mushrooms, and worms. Kilocalories is how we measure energy in energy pyramids. From the picture here, you can see calories, which is what we often see on a food level. So if I were to pick up a bag of Cheetos and I looked on the back, I might see that it is 180 calories. That measures how much energy is in it. So we actually measure how much energy is in energy pyramid using kilocalories. Here's what I mean. There's a 10% rule that says as we move up each trophic level on the energy pyramid, only 10%, just 10% of the energy is passed on. Take a second. Why do you think that is? Where does the rest of the energy go? So as you can see in this energy pyramid, the most energy is at the bottom. Producers have about 1,000 kilocalories. That's how much energy. But as you can see, as we go up the energy pyramid, only 10% of that energy is passed on. So there's 1,000 kilocalories of energy at the very bottom. As you move up to primary consumers, there's just 100 kilocalories. 10% of 100 is 10, so there's only 10 kilocalories of energy at secondary consumers, and 10% of 10 is 1. So there's only 1 kilocalorie at the top where there's tertiary consumers. So my first question is, take a look at this energy pyramid. I want you to figure out how much energy is at the top level. Remember, only 10% gets passed on. Work it out on your paper now. If you got 10 kilocalories, you are correct. Take a look at question 2. There's 25,000 kilocalories at the bottom level. But if I know that there's 25,000, there only needs to be 10% gets passed on. So from here to here, only 10% gets passed on. If I move the decimal over 1, I go here. My 10% now would be 2,500 kilocalories gets passed on at this level. So my correct answer should have been 2,500 kilocalories. Let's look at another. Which type of consumer only eats producers? So I have to think back to my energy pyramid here. Here's my energy pyramid. Producers are down at the bottom, so I'm going to put a P for producers. Which one only eat producers? Well, that's the level above that. So I know the level above are primary consumers. So my correct answer here should have been primary consumers. Primary. And then my last question for you is, where is the most energy found in the food pyramid? At the top, in the middle, or at the bottom? You should have answered at the bottom. The most energy is found at the bottom of the energy pyramid. So if here's my pyramid, you can see that there's the most space at the bottom. Here is where the most energy is found. Your correct answer is at the bottom of the energy pyramid. That's all for now.